Head coach Chris Perkins. Head coach Chris Perkins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network. Head coach Chris Perkins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back inside the Carter Activity Center. I'm Dustin Seymour, bringing you today's doubleheader between the Lady Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College first after the Lady Pioneers taking a 81-57 loss at the hands of the Eutectics. And now it is the men's turn to hit the floor as the Pioneers hunting for their first victory of the season, currently sitting at an 0-6 mark to start this 2021-2022 season. On the other end of the floor are the Eutectics of the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy. The Utes sitting at a 2-4 record. As we go down the matchup, looking between the two schools, Eutectics averaging 78.7 points a game. Crowley's Ridge looking at a 67.5 point per game mark. From the floor, the Eutectics averaging 43.5%. Crowley's Ridge 40.8% from the floor. Eutectics average about 6 3-pointers a game, right? Same average as Crowley's Ridge. From the charity stripe, Crowley's Ridge 71%, Eutectics 70%. Rebounding per game, the Eutectics average 36 boards a game. Crowley's Ridge averaging 32.5 boards a game. As far as the assists go, Crowley's Ridge averaging 13 dishes. Eutectics 15.5 turnover margin. Crowley's Ridge, one of the biggest issues Crowley's Ridge has this season, 18.8 turnovers a game. On the other side of the floor, the Eutectics 15.3. Crowley's Ridge will steal the ball away 5.5 times a game. The Eutectics 7.7. And the Utes averaging 2.5 blocks a game. And Crowley's Ridge averaging 1 stuff a game. Past 5 games, Crowley's Ridge 0-5 margin. Crowley's Ridge has sent out 4 different starting lineups this season. And Williams Baptist was the last game. Crowley's Ridge falling to the rivals west of here. Final score 97-67. And before that, a Rust defeat to the hands of the Bearcats. A 99-55 defeat at the hands of the Rust Bearcats. So Crowley's Ridge hoping to get a victory here at home to get into that win column. As we look at some of the leaders, Crowley's Ridge is led by Braxton Cousins, who is averaging 18.5 points a game. And behind him in double digits, Key Roberson is averaging 10 points a game. J.D. Smith averaging 10.8 points a game. And Alex Merrow sitting at a 10.2 point average per game. On the other side, the Eutectics and his head coach is Danny Brown, his 6th season at the helm of the Purple and Gold. Crowley's Ridge, led by Coach Chris Perkins in his 16th season at the helm. And we will send it down to our public address announcer, new one today, Corbett Seib. We'll have the pregame national anthem and prayer, and then we'll have the starters on the other side. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Crowley Ridge Pioneers. At this time, would you please stand as we are led in prayer by Jeremy Pierce. Let's pray. Dear most holy, righteous, heavenly Father, Father, we're indeed grateful for this day. We're thankful, Father, for the beautiful weather that's outside, sun is shining. Thankful for this time of year. Father, we're also thankful for both of these institutions, and Father, we pray for each of the students that are here today. Pray, Father, they represent their schools well. Pray, Father, that you keep everybody injury free and help everybody to play with good sportsmanship today. Above all, Father, we're thankful for your Son, Jesus Christ. We're thankful for his sacrifice. We're thankful for the redemption that comes through that and the opportunity it's going to be for them to all these things. Standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Moments away from tip-off here at the Ridge, as we'll have starting lineups first for the visiting U Tactics. Head coach Danny Brown will send out Will Fees, a 6'6 senior out of Richmond, Kentucky. Fees averaging 5.3 points a game, shooting 33% from the floor. Grant Harper, a 6'1 freshman out of Springfield, Missouri, 2.8 buckets per game. Mason Belay, a 6'1 freshman out of Mount Vernon, Missouri, averaging 11 points a game. Jason Udalisa is a 6'7 junior out of Houston, Texas, 6.5 points per game. Shooting 33% from the floor is Udalisa. And Dwight Newsome, a 6'2 freshman out of Swansea, Illinois. And Newsome averages 6.5 points per game. On the other side for Crowley's Ridge, new lineup for the Pioneers coming in. Alex Marrow, a 6'3 freshman out of Mammoth Spring, Arkansas, averaging 10.2 points a game, shooting 43% from the floor. Braxton Cousins, a 6'6 freshman out of Drasco, Arkansas, averaging 18.5 points a game, shooting 62% from the floor. J.M. Gregg, the lone senior on this Pioneer squad, 6'2 senior, averaging 6.3 buckets a game, shooting 26% from the floor, is the Eureka Springs, Arkansas native. Key Roberson, 6'4 sophomore, will head out as a forward, averaging 10 points a game. And rounding off the lineup is Isaiah Ellenberg, a 6'4 freshman out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. A couple of new faces on the roster for Crowley's Ridge today. With a few injuries, Crowley's Ridge is going to send out Hunter Wilkerson and Trent McGowan. They got their first collegiate minutes Thursday against the Williams Baptist Eagles. Couple of injuries for the Pioneers, and so having to fill those spots as Alex Marrow, Braxton Cousins, J.M. Gregg, Key Roberson, and Isaiah Ellenberg find themselves on the floor to start things off for Crowley's Ridge. And the U Tactics of the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy send out Will Fees, Grant Harper, Mason Belay, Jason Udalisa, and Dwight Newsome. So Crowley's Ridge looking for their first win of the year against the 2 and 4 UHSP U Tactics, competing out of the American Midwest Conference. Pioneers in their home grays, gray tops, gray trunks, white numerals, green outline on those. The U Tactics in purple tops and trunks, gold trim, white numerals, and gold outline. Braxton Cousins makes his way to the center dot, as does Jason Udalisa. Referees both giving each other the thumbs up, making sure we are all set, and indeed, we are all set. Pioneers will move right to left across the screen, making sure everybody's jerseys are correctly tucked. Referee blows his whistle, makes his way to the center spot. Ball is in the air, and it will be U Tactic ball as Will Fees takes it as they move left to right due to U Tactics. Grant Harper at the top of the key. Handing off to Belay. Bounce pass down low to Udalisa. Udalisa goes outside to Newsome. Newsome down low to Udalisa. Ball tipped away, taken by Key Roberson. And Key Roberson's going to take it himself. Going behind the back, and he works his way around the defender, Will Fees. Out to Alex Marrow. Marrow back to Roberson. Roberson for three. Yes, sir. What a start for Crowley's Ridge. A steal on one end and a three-pointer on the other, both at the hands of Key Roberson. Driving inside is Newsome. Newsome's shot is up, and it finally rattles in after hitting just about every inch of iron. Full court man pressure put on by the U Tactics. Alex Marrow tries to work around his defender, Grant Harper. Marrow will bounce pass to Ellenberg, but instead it's stolen by Dwight Newsome. Newsome's shot is up and in, and it is now a 4-3 lead in favor of the U Tactics. J.M. Gregg finds Key Roberson on the near corner. Roberson moves to his right side to the top of the key to Ellenberg. Ellenberg's pass was tipped and finally nearly stolen away. Instead, it's going to go to Isaiah Ellenberg, but not before a kick. Crowley's Ridge trying to keep possession. Had a little soccer action going on here. And instead, it will go to the Eutectics. Grant Harper, the 6'1 freshman, working the point for the purple and gold. Moves to the left side. Finds Belay. Belay crosses and finds Fees. Fees open for three from the far corner. Rattles out. J.M. Gregg goes skyward to take down the board. Alex Merrow at the top of the key. Finds J.M. Gregg around the horn. Bounce pass to a wide open Alex Merrow, who easily lays it in, making it 5-4 in favor of the home team. Harper between the circles. Passes to Udalisa, who finds Newsom. Newsom guarded by Ellenberg, picking up a screen. Dribbles off of his foot, and it's No! No! Eutectic dribbled off of his foot, and finally referee had a better angle, overturned it. One referee thought that it went off the hand of the Pioneers, but it indeed went off the foot of a Eutectic, and so it is Crowley's Ridge ball. J.M. Gregg is going to inbound. He finds Alex Merrow. Merrow, the freshman on the floor from Mammoth Spring, Arkansas. Finds Isaiah Ellenberg at the top of the key. To the right side to Key Roberson. Roberson to Merrow. One-touch pass to Gregg. Gregg in front of the three-point line, and that is up and in. Crowley's Ridge with a 7-4 lead. 17:20 to go in the first half. Fees finding Udalisa. Udalisa back to Fees. Fees for three. Yes. Fees gets the three-point jump shot. Alex Merrow breaks through that full-court press. Far side takes up his dribble. Finally gets to Key Roberson. Roberson back to Merrow. Merrow lays it up and in while heading to the floor. Alex Merrow puts it at a 9-7 game. Belay with the ball. Finding Udalisa. Udalisa to Newsom. Long three-pointer coming from Belay. That's no good. Isaiah Ellenberg comes away with a rebound for Crowley's Ridge. Alex Merrow driving in, pulls back, finds Braxton Cousins. Cousins on the right elbow, spins around, makes Udalisa jump, and lays it in. Crowley's Ridge holding an 11-7 lead. As Grant Harper has the ball, goes to Belay on the far side. Belay goes around the shoulder of Isaiah Ellenberg to Udalisa, who lays it in. 4 minutes gone here in the first half. Crowley's Ridge leading 11-9. Key Roberson will bounce pass to Isaiah Ellenberg. Braxton Cousins from 15 feet. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Newsom. Newsom finds Belay. Outside, finding Fees. Fees to Newsom. Newsom crosses to Belay. Crosses to the outside where Will Fees is wide open for three. He misses his shot. Rebound is going to come down to Braxton Cousins, who rips it out of the hands of Udalisa. So J.M. Gregg finds Isaiah Ellenberg. Out to Key Roberson. To Cousins. Cousins muscles his way up to the hoop and buckets the shot. Fees finding Newsom. Newsom on the near wing. 15 minutes left to go. And the first half out to Belay. Right, and that is Harper. Now to Belay. Belay's mid-range jumper is no good. Isaiah Ellenberg pulls down his second rebound of the contest. So Alex Merrow will bounce pass to Cousins. Cousins to Roberson. Roberson pulls up for three. No good. Rebound taken away by Alex Merrow. Merrow between the wing and the elbow. Up to J.M. Gregg, whose three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Dwight Newsome. Pioneers 13-9 lead over the visiting Eutectics. Far corner is Mason Belay. Takes a couple steps forward. Now goes outside to Will Fees. To Udalisa. Udalisa, 10 on the timer. Goes to the right block and muscles that in. Udalisa uses all 6'7" of his frame to get that in, and it is now a 2-point deficit for the Eutectics, or 2-point lead for the Pioneers, whichever end of the floor you're on. Key Roberson on the near wing. Moves to his right side to Ellenberg. To J.M. Gregg. One-touch pass to Key Roberson on the right block. Roberson tries to get it up and in. No good. Rebounded by Fees. And Udalisa rips it out. Grant Harper with the ball on the far sideline. Going and finding Will Fees. Now to Newsome. Newsome on the near wing. Steps back, three-pointer. No good. J.M. Gregg screaming in with the board. Merrow down to Ellenberg. Now to Cousins off the right block. Cousins posts up, fade away. Good. Great shot, Braxton Cousins. And Cousins up to 6 points. Grant Harper gets it to Will Fees. Now to Udalisa off the left elbow. Udalisa puts the jumper up. It rattles out. Rebounded by Alex Merrow. Good job boxing out was J.M. Gregg, keeping Will Fees away from the board. Merrow dribbles off of his foot, but maintains the possession. Can't dribble, though. Braxton Cousins takes it. Cousins head fakes at the right elbow. Muscles in, and we'll have a charge. And that brings us to our first media break with 12:19 left to go in this first half of play. Crowley's Ridge holding a 4-point edge, 15-11. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Prairie Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for years he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
but there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Alex Merrow, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Nearing the midway point of this first quarter, not much stoppage of play. 12 minutes, 19 seconds left to go. Crowley's Ridge holding a 15-11 lead. One foul has been committed, and that one just occurring, with Braxton Cousins being whistled with a charge. New Eutectic on the floor. Traven Dugar, 5'9" senior out of Houston, Texas. Finding an open Terry Du Bois. And Du Bois knocks down the jumper. Whole lot of new Eutectics on the floor. R.J. Wright getting minutes, as is Alassani Ba. Same 5 on the floor for Crowley's Ridge. Alex Merrow on the far corner to J.M. Gregg. Key Roberson now to Ellenberg on the near wing. Ellenberg moves to Merrow. Merrow with 5 on the shot clock needs to get something off. Is Key Roberson, who drives into the paint. Shot is up, but he is all kinds of blocked by Alassani Ba. Ba, 6'8" junior out of KC Mo. Cullen Brown and J.D. Smith will come in, but not before a timeout is called. And we will take it with them. Crowley's Ridge now 15-13, 11:36 left to go in the half. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. They can help save lives by simply washing their hands. Just 20 seconds of thorough hand washing after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside can help fight against the dastardly spread of germs. Armed with only soap and water and hands, your superhero can protect you, your family, and everyone out there in America land. Amazing! Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is JD Smith. You listen to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Media timeouts coming on the first dead ball after 16 minutes and after 12 minutes, and it was just luck of the draw that our first media timeout was with about 12 and change. So back-to-back media timeouts as there'll be a foul underneath. A foul is going to be whistled on, I believe that was Trey Minnie. Yes, Trey Minnie whistled with his first foul of the night. So Crowley's Ridge has the ball. J.M. Gregg will quickly inbound to Alex Merrow. Hands off to J.D. Smith, out to Key Roberson. Roberson to Merrow. One touch to J.D. Smith, whose three-pointer is off the mark. Rebound coming down to Traven Dugar. Dugar driving inside, now goes back up top to Ba. Ba's three-pointer rattles out, rebounded by Gregg. Alex Merrow, bounce pass to Cullen Brown. Brown at the top of the key. Now to Key Roberson. Roberson moves to the right side. Alex Merrow to Roberson. Smith. Smith will drive in. Runner, no good. Rebound is Crowley's Ridge ball. Coach Danny Brown pleading his case that it went off the hands of Cullen Brown, but instead it will be Crowley's Ridge ball underneath their own hoop. Alex Merrow is going to inbound. He finds J.M. Gregg. Back to Merrow. Key Roberson pulls up for three. Short. Rebound, Alex Merrow. Merrow with a runner. No good. Rebounded by Ba. Ba to Dugar. Dugar crossing the midcourt line. Back to Ba. Ba's at the top of the key. Passes to R.J. Wright. Back to Du Bois. Du Bois driving into the lane, and Cullen Brown gets whistled with a violation. So with 10 minutes, 17 seconds left to go in this first half of play. First free throws of our contest will send Terry Du Bois, 6'5" junior, shooting 80% from the charity stripe. First on its way, and it is short. One more upcoming from Du Bois. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. 1 point lead for Crowley's Ridge. Full court pressure put on by the Utectics. Alex Merrow lowers his head, streaks across the floor. J.D. Smith on the near wing, who will drive inside, up and under. Great move, J.D. Smith. J.D. Smith makes it 17-14, exactly halfway through this first half. Dugar will pass underneath the right back to Dugar. Dugar faked the pass, driving into the lane. Lost control of his dribble, going back to Wright. Wright for three, who knocks it down. It is a tie ball game, 17-all. 9:35 left to go. Before the break, Merrow to Brown. Brown at the top of the key, toe on the three-point line, rattles in. Cullen Brown puts the Pioneers back on top as Traven Dugar scans the defense, allows a play to develop. He'll bounce pass, finding Trey Minnie. Minnie from the right elbow goes to Ba. Ba off the boards and good. J.D. Smith to Alex Merrow, finding Key Roberson. Roberson back to Merrow. Merrow will move to his right side. Stolen away by Trey Du Bois, but there's a foul. The foul will be whistled on, I believe that is Alex Merrow. So it's UTechnic basketball. Terry Du Bois will inbound, finding Traven Dugar. We're all tied up at 19 apiece. To the left side to R.J. Wright, to Ba. Ba hands it off to Wright, who backs off. Wright out to Dugar, crossing the court, finding Minnie. Minnie for a long three-pointer. Missed that one, but he gets his own board. Driving in, and he will charge. Isaiah Ellenberg there, picking up a well-deserved bruise on the tailbone. Drawing the charge there. As Alex Carter will come in to replace J.M. Gregg. J.D. Smith inbounds, finds Alex Carter. Carter works around the defenders, outside to Merrow. Merrow finding Smith. J.D. Smith for three. Off the back iron, Smith fighting for his own rebound and gets it. However, his right foot was on the baseline. Great effort there from J.D. Smith. Just had his foot outside of the boundary line, which makes it UTechnic ball. 8:12 left to go before we break. Terry Du Bois will pass to Devin Howard, now in for the UTechnics, underneath to Dugar. And a foul before the shot. So it'll be on the floor. Whistled on Alex Carter. Carter called with his first foul of the contest. Inbounded to Terry Du Bois. And there will be a foul underneath. Called on Isaiah Ellenberg. So we will start over again. Inbounded to Ba. Ba will pass to Du Bois, and another foul. A lot of whistles here in the last 30 seconds. This one whistled on Isaiah Ellenberg, which is going to send Terry Du Bois back to the free throw line, but not before we have our next media break. 7:59 left to go. We're all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up at 19 apiece. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is Braxton Cousins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back inside the Carter Activity Center. Crowley's Ridge and the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy tied up at 19 apiece, just south of 8 minutes left to play. As Terry Du Bois heads back to the free throw line, shooting a pair after the shooting foul First free throw on its way, and it will rattle its way in from the junior out of Houston, Texas. A lot of Texans on this team, 4. 3 of which are from Houston. Terry DuBois, his second free throw is on the mark. It is 21-19. Alex Carter takes the inbound. J.D. Smith and the Pioneers quickly work it down the floor. J.D. Smith has to work around a double team. Tipped away and stolen by Terry DuBois, but right back goes Alex Merrow, who lays it up, misses his shot because he was hacked. And with that, Alex Merrow moves to the free throw line after the foul by Terry DuBois. Alex Merrow, a 70% shooter from the charity stripe. His first free throw on its way. Back iron, no good. One more on its way, and it finds its mark. Braxton Cousins and Key Roberson back in to replace Gullen Brown and Isaiah Ellenberg, respectively. Draven Dugard takes the inbound for the purple and gold. He'll cross midcourt, hand off to Devin Howard. Howard passes to Alisani Ball, stolen away by Alex Merrow. Merrow going coast to coast, lays it up, and just misses. Rebound still being fought for, and it'll go off the hands of the Pioneers. J.M. Gregg comes in. Who's the Pioneer coming off? It's Alex Merrow. Dugar quickly makes his way across the floor, finding Wright. Wright now to Howard. Howard underneath to DuBois. DuBois shot is up. He's blocked by J.M. Gregg. Right into the hands of J.D. Smith. Smith going outside, finding Alex Carter. Now to J.M. Gregg. Out to J.D. Smith. Smith pulls up for 3. Yes, sir. J.D. Smith drains the long ball, and it is 23-21 in favor of the home team. Dugar goes to the right side, finding DuBois. DuBois. Bounce pass down low to Howard. Howard back to DuBois. DuBois three-pointer on the way, short. J.D. Smith had the rebound, but Alex Carter cleans it up underneath. Carter goes and finds Key Roberson to Braxton Cousins underneath. Cousins up, misses his shot, trying to draw the foul. No whistle. As R.J. Wright going outside now to Dugar. Dugar to Howard. Howard pulls up from 10 feet. No good. Rebound, J.D. Smith. Smith sees that it's 3-on-1 in favor of Crowley's Ridge. Braxton Cousins tries to go behind his back. Cannot. And then a foul is whistled on R.J. Wright as he kind of got underneath the feet of Alex Carter. As Will Fees and Mason Belay check back in, as does Dwight Newsom for the U-Tactics. Inbound finds Alex Carter. Carter to J.D. Smith. Smith thought about the three-pointer, instead finds Cousins. Cousins from the left block, no good, rebounded by Howard. Udalisa going around the horn, finding Fees. Fees to Belay. Belay back to Udalisa. Udalisa on the near wing. Around the horn to Fees. Fees from the far corner. Drains the three-pointer and puts the Utes up on top 24-23 with 5:20 left in the half. Carter to J.M. Gregg. Gregg picks up a screen from Cousins and then a bounce pass to a cutting Cousins. Cousins gets the bucket and draws the foul. Braxton Cousins will make his way to the free throw line. Alisani Ba re-enters for the Eutectics, replacing Jason Udalisa. The and one attempt on its way, and good. So Braxton Cousins puts the home team back on top by 2 with 5 left to go. Dwight Newsome goes down to Ba. Ba to Fees. Fees pulls up for 3 on the far corner. No good. Rebounded by Key Roberson. Alex Carter, one-touch pass from Roberson to Cousins. Cousins to Greg Smith. J.D. Smith drives down the baseline with the left hand. No good. Braxton Cousins right there with a putback. Braxton Cousins up to 11 points now. And it is a 24-28 lead by Crowley's Ridge. And Alex Carter goes over the top of Mason Belay. When you're Alex Carter standing at 5'5", you got to use all the springs you can get. And he did just that, and Mason Belay waited. And Carter went tumbling over the head of Belay. Thankfully, everybody is safe. As Mason Belay will go to the free throw line. Free throw is up, and first is good. Front half of the 1-and-1. As Carter will check out, being replaced by Alex Merrow. Belay, an 81% shooter. Second free throw from Belay rattles in. Devin Howard out, replaced by Grant Harper. 4:20 to go for the break. Pioneers up 28-26. Greg to Smith, now to Merrow on the far wing. Down low to Cousins, and Cousins lays it up and in. Braxton Cousins makes it 30-26. Cousins up to 13 points, leading all scorers. Pease finds Harper. Harper on the far wing, a quick pass down low to Ba, and Ba slams it in. J.D. Smith to Key Roberson. Roberson for 3. Short, rebounded by Harper. Grant Harper goes and finds an open Dwight Newsome, who drains his three-pointer and puts the Eutectics on top, 31-30. Alex Merrow on the far sideline. Coming to 3 minutes left to go. Alex Merrow picks up his dribble. Finds a cutting J.M. Gregg, who lays it up, missed the shot, gets the rebound. Second chance point is short. And the rebound goes off of his hands and out of bounds. And we'll head to our next scheduled break. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left to go before the teams make their way to the locker rooms. It is currently Eutectics on top, 31-30. This is Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Key Roberson, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Two minutes and 54 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Crowley's Ridge down to the Utectics currently, but that can swing at any moment. A lot of lead changes so far in this half alone. As the Utectics will have the ball. Grant Harper with the ball. Hands it off to Dwight Newsome. Newsome moves to his right side, picks up a screen from Alisani Ball. Now out to Harper. Harper finds Belay. Belay makes the man jump. Driving into the lane. Plant shoots good. Belay makes it 33-30 in favor of the visiting Utectics. Alex Marrow lowers the head, drives into the paint. It's blocked by Ba. And getting the rebound is Fees. Fees finds Belay. It's currently 5-on-3. Now the Pioneers get back in, and Ba slams it home. 35-30. Alex Marrow trying to cross midcourt. Trap now finds J.M. Gregg to Roberson. Roberson bounce pass to an open Braxton Cousins, who waits for the man to jump. And Cousins lays it in, 35-32. Minute 45 left in the half. Dwight Newsome, left side to Harper. Harper goes behind his back, crosses over, finding Newsome. Newsome drives in. No call, as going to the floor was Braxton Cousins, and then a layup by Belay. Cousins went to the floor. Usually that results in a foul one way or the other. Either a block on the defense or a charge on the offense, but nothing that time. But this time, Will Fees will be whistled with a blocking foul. Push foul, rather. And that is the last foul the Utectics have to give before the Pioneers head to the free throw line in the bonus. Trey Minnie returns, replacing Will Fees. J.M. Gregg's going to inbound in front of the scorer's table on the Pioneer side of the court. Hand off to J.D. Smith. Smith spins around, drives the lane. Shot is up. Shot is no good, and we will have a foul on the rebound. That'll be whistled on Mason Belay. And with that, Braxton Cousins goes to the free throw line. R.J. Wright checks back in. Cullen Brown prepares to check in for Cousins. Front half of the 1-and-1 is good. 3 Pioneers in the backcourt, leaving just J.D. Smith. And the shooter, Braxton Cousins, his second free throw is right on target. Pioneers now down 37-34, and Coach Perkins wants to take the full timeout, and we'll take it with him. With 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in the half, it is 37-34 in favor of UHSP. This is Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is J.M. Gregg. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Grant Harper takes the inbound for the Utectics. Fighting Ba. Alisani Ba going back out to Harper. Harper pulls up for 3 and knocks it home. Final minute of play before the break. Utectics up 6, and it'll stay Crowley's Ridge ball. Good effort there by Mason Belay trying to steal it away. The referees want to discuss. It looks like the referee on the other side of the floor thought that Crowley's Ridge was the last one to touch it. Discussing, making sure whoever has possession is correct. Just making sure that the timing is correct. 54.1 seconds Cullen Brown takes the inbound and gets it to Alex Merrow. Merrow crossing midcourt on the far side to Roberson. Now to Smith. Smith to Brown. Brown in the paint. Muscles up. Missed the shot. And the rebound comes to Belay. Belay outlets to Harper. Harper with about 3 seconds separating shot from game clock. J.D. Smith covering up Grant Harper, who has to find Trey Minnie. Back to Harper. Harper at the top of the key to Trey Minnie. Minnie shooting from St. Louis, missed the shot. J.D. Smith takes the board, but the outlet pass goes right into the hands of Belay. And Key Roberson will be whistled with a foul. Roberson whistled with his first infraction. Don't think any of the Tactics want to take the shot. Finally, Mason Belay decides to step to the charity stripe with his 81% shooting. First shot is no good, but because it was on the shot, the foul was on a shot, Belay will have a second free throw upcoming. Belay, 6'1" freshman out of Mount Vernon, Missouri. And the second free throw is true. 41-34, 8 seconds to go. Alex Merrow takes the inbound, has to streak down the floor. Merrow lays it up, back iron. Ba gets the board, and it's going to be Belay. No, that's Harper, has to heave it across the floor, but not before the buzzer sounds, and we have reached recess at the Ridge. After the first 20 minutes of play, Crowley's Ridge down to the U-Tactics, 41-34. We're going to take a timeout. On the other side, bring you halftime stats. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Why's the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, grown-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off at school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now there are vaccines, and they are the first step that lets us get back to the things we miss most, like spreading the word without spreading concern, girls tripping instead of solo sipping, and talking smack with a side of mac and cheese. It's okay to have questions about COVID-19 vaccines. Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when COVID-19 vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Isaiah Ellenberg. You're listening to Crowley Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
It's break time at the Ridge as the Pioneers find themselves down to the U-Tactics 41-34 as we look at some halftime stats. Crowley's Ridge shooting 40% from the floor, making 14 of an attempted 35. U-Tactics making 15 of an attempted 28. The Utes 5 of 14 from deep. Crowley's Ridge 2 of 8. From the charity stripe, the U-Tactics shooting 75%, making 6 of an attempted 8 free throws. Crowley's Ridge only trying for 5 free throws, making 4 of those. 3 turnovers for the U-Tactics, 2 for Crowley's Ridge. That led to 5 Crowley's Ridge points, 2 U-Tactic points. U Pioneers leading the rebounding battle 16-13, including 5 offensive boards. Assists, Crowley's Ridge with 12. UHSP has 11. Crowley's Ridge with 12 helpers to the U-Tactics 9. And 2 steals for Crowley's Ridge. So for the team statistics, Crowley's Ridge leading pretty much every category. But the one statistic that really matters all that much being the score. With it currently 41-34 as we look at the individual scoring. Mason Belay and Dwight Newsom both lead the U-Tactics with 7 points each. Will Fees and Alisani Ba both with 6. Terry DuBois has 5. Jason Udalisa with 4 points. And R.J. Wright and Grant Harper with 3 points each. Rebounding, a lot of 2s. Mason Belay, Dwight Newsom, Alisani Ba, and Jason Udalisa all with 2 rebounds each. Grant Harper leads the way for the Utes with 3 assists. On the other side for Crowley's Ridge, it's been the Braxton Cousins show. 17 points for the freshman out of Drasco, Arkansas. including 3 rebounds. Behind him, Alex Merrow and J.D. Smith with 5 points each, followed by Key Roberson's 3 ball, and 2 points each from J.M. Gregg and Cullen Brown. Playing for the Utes with no points is Devin Howard, Traven Dugar, and Trey Minnie. Crowley's Ridge had Isaiah Ellenberg and Alex Carter get minutes without points. So Crowley's Ridge, again, everything looks pretty solid, doing a good job, just missing those shots, especially, 2 for 8 from long range. So just they're putting up more shots, shooting 40% from the floor, so just have to get those shots more in. The defense doing a good job, whatever they can do. We're about 11 and a half minutes away from starting the second half of action. We're going to take that extended break, give me a little bit of a rest, and we'll be back for the second half of action. Crowley's Ridge down to University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy, 41-34. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
This is Cullen Brown. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
20 minutes in the books here at the Ridge, 20 more upcoming. Well, technically 60 minutes in the book if you want to count our women's game before this. Utectics hold a 41-34 lead over Crowley's Ridge. It will be CRC basketball. To start off the half, it is J.M. Gregg, Alex Merrow, Isaiah Ellenberg, Key Roberson, and Braxton Cousins starting things off for Crowley's Ridge. The Utectics will send out Traven Dugar, in addition to Dwight Newsom and Devin Howard, and Trey Minnie, in addition to Jason Udalisa. The Pioneers moving left to right. Here's Isaiah Ellenberg for three, short, rebounded by Dugar. Newsom finding Udalisa. Udalisa in the paint going out to right. RJ Wright's shot is up. Correction, that's Devin Howard. His shot is up and no good. J.M. Gregg takes the board for the Pioneers. Key Roberson out to Gregg on the far wing. To Cousins. To a cutting J.M. Gregg who misses his layup, and the rebound coming away to Jason Udalisa. Here is Dwight Newsom who pops and shoots and makes. It is 43-34. Isaiah Ellenberg taking the inbound and passes right into the hands of Traven Dugar. Dugar going to Trey Minnie. Minnie's layup is no good. Alex Merrow takes the board. Merrow going to Key Roberson. Now to Isaiah Ellenberg, who crosses the timeline. Ellenberg hands off to Roberson. Back to Ellenberg. Ellenberg to Key Roberson for three from the far wing. Rattles out. Udalisa with the board. Devin Howard going out to a wide open Trey Minnie, who misses the tray. Rebounded by Ellenberg. Isaiah Ellenberg up to 3 boards tonight. Alex Merrow behind the back working against Dugar. Ellenberg closely guarded by Howard, nearly stolen away. Here's Alex Merrow wide open for 3. Yes, sir. Flushed it home. Took a minute, rattled around, and fell good. Raven Dugar calling for help. He'll pass to Devin Howard. Howard at the top of the key. And we will have an illegal screen placed by Jason Udalisa. So it'll be Crowley's Ridge ball as R.J. Wright enters the game, replacing Dwight Newsom. J.M. Gregg will inbound, and he finds Alex Merrow. Merrow falls to the floor, has to pick up his dribble, finding J.M. Gregg. Out to Ellenberg. Ellenberg tries to find Cousins, but it's over the head of Cousins. So the Utectics will take over. Traven Dugar between the circles finds Howard. Howard going down to Udalisa, and Udalisa will be fouled and makes the shot. Whistle with the infraction is J.M. Gregg. As J.D. Smith will come in, he will replace Ellenberg. Udalisa's and one is good. Full court pressure, having a difficult time. Finally gets it to Cousins. Cousins goes to Merrow. Merrow can't find an open man. Finally finds J.D. Smith. Smith to Gregg. Gregg off the near wing, spins around to Merrow. Merrow with 10 on the shot clock, out to Smith on the far wing. Bounce pass to Cousins. Cousins in the paint, spins up, fade away, good. Braxton Cousins makes it a 7-point game, 46-39 in favor of UHSP. Underneath, Devin Howard. Howard goes out around the horn to Trey Minnie. Minnie's three-pointer is off its mark, and the rebound coming down to Braxton Cousins. Alex Merrow tries to Hail Mary down to Roberson. Instead, Traven Dugar was right there to steal it away. But then on the other side, Dugar throws it out of bounds, and it's Crowley's Ridge ball. The Alexes trade places for Crowley's Ridge. Carter in, Merrow off. And Alex Carter takes the inbound. Carter tries to spin around, finally gets it to Key Roberson, to J.D. Smith. Smith runs right into the defender, Grant Harper, who rips it out of his hands, to R.J. Wright. And Wright just pushes Alex Carter aside and lays it in. Carter splits the defenders, plants, shoots, rattles out. Rebounded by Howard. Howard down low to Baugh. Baugh over Cousins, and that's good. Alex Carter going across the timeline now. 15:22 to go, and that's going to be stolen by Devin Howard. And Devin Howard lays it up, missed the layup, rebounded by Key Roberson. So another turnover, but no points on that turnover. J.M. Gregg on the right wing. He'll move to his left, behind the back, now at the top of the key. Goes to Carter, to Smith. Smith off the right elbow to Cousins. Cousins muscles it up, and Cousins will be fouled before the shot's taken. And that'll bring us to our first break of the second half. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Crowley's Ridge down 39-50. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
This is Alex Carter, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
U-Tactics have opened up an 11-point lead. 50-39, 14:59 left to go in this contest. Crowley's Ridge hunting its first win of this year. U-Tactics sitting with a 2-4 record. J.M. Gregg is going to inbound underneath the Crowley's Ridge hoop. Gregg heaves it up top to J.D. Smith. Smith bounces to Gregg. And a hand check foul. Whistled on Trey Minnie. And that'll be Minnie's third personal foul. Gregg will inbound. He'll bounce it to Roberson between the circles. Roberson drives in, blocked, but no, it is goaltending. Ball on its way down into the hoop. Alisani Ba jumped up to knock it away. Referees, all three of them quickly whistling that ball was on its way down into the hoop and whistled the goaltend. which will put Will Fees back into the game. Fees between the circles. Crosses to the right side. Gets a screen, hands it off to Harper. Harper hands it off to Ba, and Ba slams it in for the third time tonight. J.D. Smith going out to Key Roberson to Braxton Cousins off the left elbow. Cousins underneath to J.M. Gregg, who will get the layup. Up top, finding Grant Harper. Harper backs off. Crosses to Fees. Fees for three from the near wing. That's going to hit the shot clock, so that is out of play. So it is Crowley's Ridge ball. Terry Du Bois back in for the Utectics, replacing Will Fees. Alex Carter getting the inbound. Carter goes to the left side to Roberson. Bounce passes to Smith. J.D. Smith to Gregg. Back to Carter. Down low to Cousins. Cousins head fakes. Goes underneath. Shot is up. Shot is no good. Shot is rebounded by Grant Harper and the purple and gold. Harper on the near wing finds Trey Minnie to Ba. Back to Harper. Harper inside. Now out to Du Bois. Du Bois' three-pointer rattles out. But the rebound goes to Minnie, who puts it back and in from the right block. Alex Carter between the circles. Hands it off to Gregg, outside to Roberson, to Smith. J.D. Smith on the far corner. Pulls off, puts up a shot off the window, no good. Braxton Cousins gets the board. Cousins makes the man jump, blocked, but he gets his own rebound. Second chance, blocked, no foul. That foul is whistled on Terry Du Bois. So Braxton Cousins goes to the charity stripe. First free throw from Cousins is good. Cousins readies his second free throw. It is off the back iron, and the rebound coming away to Harper. Harper at the top of the key. Goes behind his back, gets around J.D. Smith, goes into the paint, outside to Belay, who drains the three-pointer. Belay pushes the Utectic lead to 57-44. Full court press going down to J.M. Gregg, to Braxton Cousins on the near side. That's going to go out of play off the shin of Ba. It'll be J.M. Gregg doing the honors. Quickly throws it in to Alex Carter. Carter takes it at half court. Carter drives in, goes back, trying to find Cousins. Instead, it's going to go to the Utectics, who finds Dwight Newsom, lays it in with the left hand. J.D. Smith works around his defender, drives in, will Euro step, and his layup is off the mark. However, he is fouled. And that should bring us to our next scheduled break. Pioneers down 59-44, 11:40 left to go in the game. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. They can help save lives by not having play dates. That's right. By replacing get-togethers with virtual play dates and video chats, they can help slow the evil spread of germs. And if your superheroes do go outside, make sure they continue their superhero wing by staying 6 feet away from others to protect everyone in America land. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
Head coach Chris Perkins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Crowley's Ridge down to the Eutectics 59-44. J.D. Smith will ready a pair of free throws. .11:40 left to go in the game. J.D. Smith takes his warm-up dribbles. First free throw on the way, and it's short, and that is J.D. Smith's first missed free throw this season. Takes his time to ready his second. It's on the way, and it is good. 59-45. 11:35 to go. Alex Merrow readying to come in. Udalisa hands off to Belay. Belay from the free throw line misses his shot, rebounded right into the hands of Dwight Newsome, whose putback is no good, and rebounded by Cousins. Smith to Carter. Back to Smith. Smith drives in with the left hand, and good. Great move by J.D. Smith. Udalisa stands between the circles, who goes up top to Dugar. To the far side to Dwight Newsome. Newsome to Belay at the top of the key, handing it right back off to Newsome, who picks up a screen from Udalisa. Out to Belay. Now to Dugar. Good ball movement by the Eutectics. As J.D. Smith will whistle with a foul. Alex Merrow checks in for Alex Carter. And Trey Minnie will replace Dwight Newsome. Inbound is thrown to Minnie. Minnie spins around over the hands of J.D. Smith and buckets the shot, 61-47. Alex Merrow quickly double-teamed out to Key Roberson, who bounce passes to Braxton Cousins. Cousins steals the ball right back to J.D. Smith, whose layup is off the mark. And the rebound goes to the Eutectics. But then right there to get the steal is Alex Merrow. Merrow will try to lay it up, gets the layup and the foul. Double checking if it's a foul or a charge or a travel. Referees are conferring. All the referees conferring. It's either a shot and one. Yes, they will call it a foul. And the shot. Everybody moves off the ball for two free throws. Guessing somebody was whistled with a technical there. As everybody moves off the ball. Merrow's first free throw is good. The foul was whistled on Mason Belay. I'm guessing they might have said it was well, I didn't see the intentional foul. Signal at least. But Merrow makes the first free throw. And he'll make the second free throw. And now he'll get an and one attempt. Well, maybe the foul was on the shot. Before the shot, because we're inbound. In any case, J.D. Smith has the ball, finds Braxton Cousins. Cousins lowers the shoulder, goes up and in. Craven Dugar, and there'll be an illegal screen off the ball. That is whistled on Jason Udalisa. With 9:50 left to go, Crowley's Ridge down 61-53. J.D. Smith stands between the circles, finds Alex Marrow. Down to Braxton Cousins. Cousins off the left block. That is up and in and one. And then a technical foul is called on Ba. So we have the foul on Alex Marrow, and we do have a correction earlier on that foul on Mason Belay. It was whistled as a flagrant one. And so the two shots from Alex Marrow were good. And now Braxton Cousins makes the shot. And now a tech on the coach. So Braxton Cousins makes the layup and is fouled. Off of that, Alisani Ba gets whistled with a technical. And then in the ensuing argument, Coach Danny Brown gets whistled with a tech. Good luck down low for our scorekeeper, Carissa Wynn. No, there's like... All right, my stat book is showing up that Braxton Cousins was whistled with a technical. Referees are conferring, a lot going on there. I do know for a fact that Danny Brown, head coach for the U-Tactics, gets teed up in the ensuing argument. Yes, they've corrected it. So it was a foul on the shot. Braxton Cousins makes the shot. Foul on Alisani Ba. Ba unhappy with it. Gets a technical foul called. And in the ensuing argument, Danny Brown gets whistled with a technical. So Braxton Cousins could be shooting a lot of free throws here. First one is good. So should be 4 technical foul shots. Then an and one shot. And the ball. And that's exactly what Crowley's Ridge needs, is that free throw made it a 5-point difference. So again, a lot happening there. Braxton Cousins makes the layup and is fouled on the attempt by Alisani Ba. Ba gets whistled with a technical. Then head coach Danny Brown gets whistled with a technical. Down low, Carissa Wynn, our bookkeeper, making sure that everything's squared away. So of those 2 fouls, Alisani Ba is up to 3 personal fouls. Second free throw from Cousins is no good. But he still has 3 more upcoming. Free throw is up and good. So 2 more upcoming. So those are the free throws off of the Alisani Ba technical. Now 2 free throws upcoming for the bench technical. He'll miss that free throw. And now we're going to have, okay. So now we're going to have the and one free throw. Oh, goodness, we don't know what's going on down here. Should have been 5 free throws, 2 for each technical, and then the and 1. But this will be the 4th free throw from Braxton Cousins. And the U-Tactics don't know where they're supposed to go on the floor. Finally getting set. Braxton Cousins. Okay, this is the 5th free throw. And it is good. So Cousins goes 3 for 5 from the free throw line. You don't see that often. But it is now a 3-point game. And a foul quickly whistled on Alex Marrow. Coach Wynn down in the scorebook, probably running out of room now to write things. With 9:25 left to go, Crowley's Ridge has clawed back to a 3-point game. Alisani Ba goes outside to R.J. Wright. Wright on the far wing. Goes to the left side to Dugar. Dugar to Wright. Wright makes the man jump, floats it up, missed the shot. Cousins takes the board. Cousins finds Alex Marrow. Marrow moves to the left side on the far wing. Marrow to J.D. Smith. Smith will bounce past to Cousins. Cousins at the free throw line. Tries to spin off to J.M. Gregg. Gregg head fakes the 3, goes into the paint, lays it up, missed the shot. And rebound comes down to Trey Minnie. And it's Dugar. Dugar goes out, finding Minnie. Minnie in front of the left wing. Goes to Ba. To Dugar. Dugar bounce passes to Howard. Howard backs off, finding an open Wright. Wright's three-pointer, no good. Ba with the board. But then taken away by Alex Marrow and the Pioneers. J.D. Smith with the ball. To Key Roberson at the top of the key to Marrow. One-touch pass to J.M. Gregg, whose three-pointer is on the way. It is too far, and it's Crowley's Ridge ball after the rebound gets tipped out. Now we'll take the timeout, so a lot happening. As with 8 minutes left to go, Crowley's Ridge find themselves down 3 with the ball, 61-58. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
I want to get back to kissing the cheeks of my grandbabies, making Sunday dinner with a house full of family and lots of laughs.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now, there are vaccines. They are the very first step that let us get back to what we miss most. It's okay to have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I wait? Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is J.D. Smith. You listen to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Crowley's Ridge with the ball. Down 61-58 to the U-Tactics of the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy. Isaiah Ellenberg is going to inbound for Crowley's Ridge. Ellenberg finally gets it in. But it is hit right off the leg of a U-Tactic, so we'll try it again. Ellenberg does get it into Marrow. Marrow bounce pass to J.D. Smith. Smith on the near wing, goes to the left side of Marrow. Marrow back to Smith, who one-touch pass to Roberson, down low to Cousins. Cousins muscles it, passes to Ellenberg, out to Marrow, who pump fakes the 3. Got 2 on the shot clock. Shot is up, no good. Second chance, no good. And Crowley's Ridge had the rebound, but it's a shot clock violation, even though it hit the rim. It hit the rim, which should reset the shot clock. Whew. The referees are earning their paycheck tonight. A lot of discussion going on. And it'll be Crowley's Ridge basketball because it hit the back of the rim. Shot clock violation was called, but the ball hit the rim before the buzzer sounded, which resets the clock. Ellenberg will inbound with a fresh 20 on the timer. Ellenberg inbounds to Merrill on the near corner. And a foul down low, whistled on Ba. Ba whistled with the foul there. Picks up his third personal foul. So Braxton Cousins returns to the free throw line. Cousins currently 7 of 10 from the charity stripe. Free throw is up and good. Utectics have put the Pioneers in the double bonus for the remaining 7 minutes and 33 seconds. Braxton Cousins' second free throw is good, and we've got a 1-point ball game. Cousins out, Brown in. Devin Howard has it for the Utectics, going to the right side to Belay. Stretching that is Harper. Harper goes behind the back, out to Minnie. Minnie for three, short. Rebounded by Howard. Howard back to Minnie. Minnie underneath, going up to Belay. Belay missed the shot. Rebound comes to Cullen Brown. Brown quickly trapped. Nearly loses the ball. Does lose the ball, and that should be a foul on, or it is a foul. That'll be a foul on Cullen Brown. Brown in exasperation. I believe that will be a, yes, it is a flagrant foul on Cullen Brown. A lot of free throws being thrown here. Mason Belay, free throw is good. So 2 on the flagrant foul. Coming up from Mason Belay. No, that is a technical foul on Cullen Brown. And the second free throw is no good. Still making sure everything's good. A lot of extras going on. We've had 3 technical fouls called today. 2 on the Utectics, now 1 on Crowley's Ridge. A flagrant foul called on the Utectics. And I think now everything is settled with the Utectics holding a 2-point lead. 7:07 left. Bounce pass inbounds, and it is Utectic ball going off the hands of the Pioneers. Inbound goes to Belay. Belay to Minnie. Now going to Belay. Belay going out to Minnie, who's running three-pointer. Is no good. That is Cullen Brown gets the board. Pioneers down 2. Out to J.D. Smith, wide open for 3. Short, but he gets his own rebound. Now pulls up for a second three-pointer, and that one's short. That one goes into the hands of Trey Minnie. And on the other side, the Utectics lose control of the ball, so Alex Marrow tries it again. To Alex Marrow off the left block, now pulls back to the far wing. Taken away almost by the Utectics. Now to Cullen Brown. Brown tries to go into the paint, puts up a shot, no good. And a foul on, I believe it's Isaiah Ellenberg. No. Whew. It's on Trey Minnie. He was pointing that the foul was, Isaiah Ellenberg was the drawer of the foul. So now Isaiah Ellenberg with a chance to tie the game with a pair of free throws. As that is Trey Minnie's 4th personal foul. First free throw from Ellenberg is good as R.J. Wright, and I believe that is Terry Du Bois back in for the purple and gold. 62-61, 6:05 left in the game. Off the back iron, Udalisa pulling the rebound down for the Eutectics. Grant Harper crosses midcourt, bounce pass to Belay. Belay to the left side to Wright, and we'll have a foul off the ball. Foul on Key Roberson. So Terry Du Bois is going to inbound. Inbound finds Belay. Belay back to Du Bois, back to Belay. Belay underneath. Quickly double team, going out to Udalisa. Now to Du Bois. Du Bois driving in. Layup is no good. He gets his own board. Second chance points. Rather, that was Udalisa. Udalisa misses the layup. And Du Bois muscles it up and in. Quickly down the floor comes Cullen Brown, and Cullen Brown can't control the ball. And it's Eutectic ball. A very sloppy, crazy 5 minutes with 3 technical fouls, a flagrant, and a lot of turnovers, and not a lot of scoring, to be honest. Underneath, and we will have a jump ball, and it is Eutectic ball. Braxton Cousins comes in. Grant Harper inbounds to Udalisa, misses his layup, gets his own board. And we'll have a foul on the floor. Whistled on Braxton Cousins, who gets his 2nd personal foul as J.M. Gregg will replace Isaiah Ellenberg. Grant Harper will inbound for the Eutectics. He heaves it to Belay. Belay loses his dribble, goes to Harper. Harper driving in, and a foul is going to be whistled. All right, an unintentional whistle was called. And it's Crowley's Ridge ball. So it's Crowley's Ridge ball, trailing by 3, just shy of 5 minutes left to go. J.M. Gregg will try to inbound, and it's going to be stolen by Grant Harper on the inbound. Harper finds Udalisa. Udalisa lays it up and in and one. Alex Marrow tries to draw the charge. Instead, whistled with a blocking foul underneath. Marrow gets his 3rd foul. Udalisa going to the line. No, that is Du Bois going to the line. The and one is good. Alex Carter will check in. J.D. Smith will inbound. Full court pressure put on. Alex Carter with the ball. Carter spins off his defender, loses control, and it's stolen away by the Eutectics. And the layup by Devin Howard. Alex Carter with the ball. Pass to Merrow. Merrow goes to the right elbow, down low to J.D. Smith, and the bounce pass to Braxton Cousins goes off the nose of Cousins and out of bounds. What was a 1-point game has now extended to an 8-point game in favor of the Eutectics with 4.5 left to go. Inbounded to Harper. Now going to Udalisa. Udalisa pulling up for three, drains it. Alex Merrow has the ball. Merrow will pass down to Carter. Carter back to Merrow. Merrow's shot is up and no good. Rebound coming away to Du Bois. Ten-point swing by the Eutectics. Now make it a 72-61 lead for the purple and gold. Grant Harper will be fouled by Alex Carter. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. And with 3 minutes and 42 seconds, the Eutectics holding a 72-61 lead. 1-1 free throws on the other side. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Alex Merrow, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Waning moments of this second half as Grant Harper goes to the line, shooting 1-1. First shot is good. So Harper will try it again. Harper, a 60% shooter, 6'1" freshman out of Springfield, Missouri. Free throw is good. The Eutectics have opened up a 13-point lead after the Pioneers closed the gap to a 1-point deficit, and that's going to be stolen away. Terry Du Bois is going to dunk it in, and Coach Perkins wants to take a timeout. It's not a good start coming out of that media timeout, and with 3:35 left, we'll take the break. Pioneers down 76-61. This is Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the Lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is Braxton Cousins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
J.D. Smith will bounce pass into Alex Carter. Carter finding Alex Merrow. Merrow spins around. Picking up his dribble, goes out to J.D. Smith. Smith between the circles, out to Alex Carter. Top of the key to Merrow. Now to Smith. Smith from the left elbow. Up, no good. Rebound coming away to Du Bois. And Du Bois muscles his way out of the rebound. Outside to Grant Harper. Harper between the circles. Bounce pass down low to Du Bois. And Du Bois will be fouled on his way to the hoop. Free throw is good. Bounce pass. Now going out to Key Roberson. Now to Braxton Cousins. Cousins underneath. Out to J.D. Smith to Alex Merrow. Merrow's shot is short. Out to Harper. Pass to Harper. To Du Bois. Du Bois from the left elbow. That's no good. J.D. Smith loses control of the rebound, and it's going to be UTechnic ball. Trey Minnie returns for the purple and gold. Inbound to Wright. Driving the lane, stolen by Alex Merrow. Merrow behind the back, driving in. Underneath, great move by Alex Merrow. Out to Jason Udalisa. To Minnie, out to Wright. Now to Belay. Belay covered up by J.D. Smith. Out to Trey Minnie. Back to Belay. And Belay will take one too many steps. And it'll be Crowley's Ridge ball. Dwight Newsome checks back it. It'll be Crowley's Ridge basketball. Bounce pass into Alex Merrow. Merrow to Key Roberson. Roberson pulling up for three. No good. Rebound goes to Alex Carter. Great job by Braxton Cousins. J.D. Smith for three. Yes, sir. Minute 20 left. R.J. Wright has the ball. He'll find Jason Udalisa. Udalisa underneath. And he will charge into Braxton Cousins. Great job, Cousins underneath, plants his feet. Says, I shall not be moved, and gets run over. And the ball goes Crowley's Ridge way. J.D. Smith to inbound. He'll bounce it in to Carter, who goes back to Smith. Key Roberson. Back to Smith. And the rebound by the UTechnics as we're in the final minute of play. Devin Howard will be fouled by Alex Merrow. Merrow tried to tip the ball away instead. He'll be whistled with the foul. And that's going to send Devin Howard to the charity stripe. Howard, a 6'4" senior out of El Paso, Texas, shooting 83% from the free throw line. Free throw is up. Free throw is good. Second free throw from Howard is on the mark. Alex Merrow takes the inbound. Bounce pass to Roberson, out to Carter. Carter pops, shoots, good. Inbound goes to Dugar. Now back to Howard. Howard to Dugar. To Ba. Ba going in, floats it to Minnie. Minnie misses the alley-oop dunk, and it goes right to J.D. Smith. Smith out to Carter. Carter goes back to Merrow, but is stolen by Newsom. Newsom finds Minnie. Shot clock turned off with the final 20 seconds of play. That goes to Dwight Newsom. And Newsom to Dugar. Out to Howard. It looks like the final 10 seconds will tick off, and Crowley's Ridge will fall to an 0-7 record to start this season. A good comeback attempt. The Pioneers pulled within one, but the buzzer sounds at the end of the game with the Pioneers falling. Telling of the final score, Crowley's Ridge loses to UHSP by a final score of 81-68. We're going to take a timeout. On the other side, post-game stats. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Braxton Cousins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back to the Carter Activity Center as Crowley's Ridge will fall to the Eutectics by a final score of 81-68. Crowley's Ridge shooting 37% from the floor, Eutectics 48. Free throw line, Crowley's Ridge attempted 20, making 14. Pioneers caught the ball up 14 times, 9 for the Eutectics. That led to 24 Crowley's Ridge points off the turnover, 19 points off the turnover for the Utes. Utes out-rebounded the Pioneers 34-32. And assists, Eutectics 21, Crowley's Ridge 19. As we look at the individual statistics, the Eutectics were led by Terry Du Bois and 15 points, 11 coming from Mason Belay, Dwight Newsom each. Jason Udalisa and Alisani Ba both with 10 points each. 11 assists coming from Grant Harper. Leading rebounder for the Eutectics was Jason Udalisa with 6. Braxton Cousins bucketing a career-high 29 points in tonight's contest, 1 rebound away from a double-double, collecting a team-high 9. Alex Merrow gets 14 points, while J.D. Smith adds 11. Key Roberson gets 5 points, J.M. Gregg 4, 2 each from Cullen Brown and Alex Carter, and Isaiah Ellenberg comes away with 1 point. So Crowley's Ridge falls to an 0-7 record. UHSP improves to 3-4, so a pair of victories for the Eutectics today. Next game for Crowley's Ridge, test at Bethel. That will be on the 23rd in McKenzie. That tips off at 11 a.m. Our next broadcast will be 10 days from now on the 30th of November as the Crowley's Ridge Pioneers host the Patriots of Baptist Bible, doubleheader 5 and 7. So until we see you then, we thank you for joining us. Good night. God bless.